And so this problem we are going to complete the square so we can change it back into vertex form when a doesn't equal 1. It's a little bit different, but same idea that we're going to be working with. We need to be able to move c values, do all that kind of stuff. So our equation y equals 7x squared minus 14x minus 21. All right, main thing that we always want to do is let's set these equations equal to 0, then we can start moving stuff around. All right, so we're going to write that as 7x squared minus 14x minus 21 equals 0. After that, let's move that c value, that minus 21, get it over to the other side. Leave a little bit of space in between. All right, so you got that new c value. We're going to have to figure out what that is. So now we've got that all figured out. It's not equal to 0 anymore. We move the c value equals 21. Now the next thing that we want to be able to do is make that a value equal to 1. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to divide by 7. All right, so divide by 7. You're going to rewrite that as 7 times x squared minus 2x. Once again, leave a little bit of space. Is going to be equal to 21. All right, so we're at that point. Awesome. So now what we've done is we've moved the c value, we made our a value 1, so now we can actually do some completing the square. All right, now what we'll do is find that new c value. Now remember the way we find that c value is you take that b value, cut it in half, and square it. We end up getting 1. So I'm going to go ahead and put a plus 1 in that open space. So we can go plus 1, that equals 21. Now remember, we are not adding 1. We're not just adding 1 to that side. We have a 7 on the outside of that parenthesis, so when I distribute the 7 through, we end up getting a plus 7. So really what I'm going to do is add 7 to both sides. All right, that's what's happened. I added 7 to the first side already when I put that plus 1 inside the parenthesis. I have to add 7 to the other side. All right, so now we're at that point. Now we just keep moving on. Here's our equation. 7x squared minus 7 times that x squared minus 2x plus 1, that equals 28. Now what we need to do is write that x squared minus 2x plus 1, write that as our two factors. So we're going to write that as x minus 1 squared. Remember the way I figured that out is 1 is a perfect square, it's 1 times 1. And since my middle term, that 2x is negative, I know I needed to use a negative 1. So we'll write that as x minus 1 squared. So now our equation becomes 7 times x minus 1 squared is equal to 28. Let's move the c value back to the other side. So 7 x minus 1 squared minus 28 equals 0. Now we can write our equation in vertex form. Right, now within that vertex form, you can get your vertex. We've got an a value. We can find zeros. We can do all that kind of stuff. But once we've finished all that stuff, we're done. So that's how you complete the square when your a value is not equal to 1.